Hello everyone, welcome to Flow, your 30-day yoga journey. So glad to have you back. It's day 3 and we focus on the how. Let's get started. Okie doke, let's begin. Come on down to the ground, find a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged or legs out long, or maybe on the knees, if that feels like a good experiment today. And we'll just allow the hands to rest gently in the lap, on the knees, on the thighs, somewhere on your body. And we'll just start to close the eyes, soften the gaze. You might hearken back to your intention on day 1. You might start to notice how you're feeling today, what you're bringing to the mat, what you're ready to let go of. Maybe you're noticing some resistance. The hardest part is showing up. So we can start to gently deepen the breath, knowing that the hardest part is done. And as you're ready, start to really elongate your inhale, really focusing on how you're breathing. So a good technique for that is to elongate the inhale, maybe to a 4 count or a 6 count. And lengthen the exhale, maybe to a 6 count or an 8 count. Give it a try. You do have to focus a little for this, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes to drop into finding that long extension of breath. In and out. Lovely. Then keep this long extended breath going. We'll return to the breath counts at other points on this journey, but keep the long extended breath going as we slowly make our way forward onto all fours. And we're just going to synchronize that elongated breath with our spinal warm-up. So this extension and flexion, this expansion and contraction. So inhale, we drop the belly, open the chest, cobra. And exhale, we round the spine, chin to chest, cat. Moving with your breath, nice and slow, long, deep breaths. Now you keep it going here with your breath, and I'd just like to invite you to consider here that it's not what we're doing, although it is, of course, very valuable, but today giving a little shout out to the how we move, how we're thinking as we move, how we're breathing, how we're regarding ourselves. And my pro tip, meaning just my friendly tip, is to just focus on the breath first, because that really affects how you move. Nice. Now slowly drop the elbows where the hands were, and we're going to walk the knees back to puppy posture, or Anahata Asana, which is heart to earth pose. Breathe deep here, deep heart opener. Forearms and wrists are parallel. Forehead reaches towards the earth. Maybe it rests on the yoga mat. Now pull your hip creases up even more. Breathe into your belly. Inhale in. Exhale, slide through all the way to the belly. Come to Sphinx pose. Inhale in here. Exhale, turn to look past your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn to look past your left shoulder. And we're gonna do that one more time, but consider this, how you move matters. Are we just kind of turning the head, or can you maybe draw a line with your nose? Really feel that connection from your left ear, your left neck, down through your left elbow, your left hip, your left ankle. Cool, come back through center and take it to the other side. See what you discover there. Beautiful. Slowly release, interlace the fingertips here. Walk the elbows underneath the shoulders if they're not already. Curl the toes under. We got this. Inhale in, exhale, lift the hips, send the heels back. Now, where your mind goes here matters. I understand if it's frustrating, I understand if it's hard, I feel you there. But can we soften our gaze down? Can we focus on our alignment? Can we reach through the heels? Can we gather the muscles that we do have of the belly and say, hey, I wanna support you a little more. I wanna give you a chance to become more engaged in my daily life. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. And on the 1, we lower the knees, we release, we come back up to all 4s, we rock. We're gonna walk the hands back, come into our little squat here at the back edge of the mat. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, lift the hips up high, forward fold. Again, just a reminder, we can use a block or 2 at any point we feel like it might be fun to pull it into practice. You can also use a book, just something sturdy at home. Bend your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to soften and fold. Then bend your knees generously, and we're gonna slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Keep those knees bent to protect the low back. Slow and steady, stacking the spine, rising up into Tadasana. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, reach for the sky. How you move matters here. Bend the knees, exhale, soften into the fold. Walk it out nice and slow. Engage those abs so we're not crushing down into the wrists as we walk it out to plank. Inhale in. Think about how you move here, how you transition. Exhale, bend the knees, peel the tailbone up towards the sky. So careful not to hoist and throw your body around here on the mat. Pay attention to the how. Drop the left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, step it forward. Lower the left knee. Press into the top of that back foot. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward, up and back. Crescent lunge. Lift the heart. Exhale, release, slow and steady. From here, we're gonna pull the right hip crease back. Flex the right foot, your toes, towards your face. Slight bend in the right knee here, stretching through that whole hamstring. Breathe. Lovely, then roll through your right foot. Again, here's a great example, guys, just a little quick workshop moment. So here we can just shift our weight forward, or we can think about kind of how we're doing that, really articulating through the foot. Is it gonna really roll through? Probably not, but it's the intention we bring to it. So rolling through that right foot. And the more we practice, the more of this kind of nuance we get to pick up on individually, and it's really nice, it's really motivating too. Lift the back knee, I'll meet you in this nice low lunge. Cool, inhale, here we go. Plant the palms, step the right toes back, plank pose, breathe in. Lower to the knees, squeeze the elbows, slowly breathe out as you lower down. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, soften and release. Curl the toes under, press up to plank or all 4s, your choice. And then send the hips up high and back, downward facing dog once again. Inhale, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, shift it forward. Inhale, slowly lower the right knee, come to the top of the right foot and reach the fingertips all the way up. Lift your heart, maybe send the gaze up. And then exhale, soften and release. Pull the hip crease back here, flex your left toes towards your face. Slight bend in the left knee, pull it back. And then here we go, we get a chance to practice how we move matters. So consider rolling through that left foot. No need to rush it. Nice, lift the back knee. Nice low lunge. Great, here we go. A little vinyasa, plant the palms, step it back, belly to cobra, knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga to upward facing dog. Move with your breath, inhaling to open your heart, and exhaling to make your way to down dog. Inhale in here, exhale, let it go. Now we're gonna take a little stroll to the top of the mat. So you get to choose how you do that. You can take baby steps. I like to crisscross my steps, getting into that IT band. If you wanna practice floating or hopping, that's of course a great idea. And then we'll meet at the front of the mat, feet hip width apart in a fold. On your next inhale, lift up halfway, find a nice flat back position. And then exhale to soften and bow. Now root to rise here. Spread your fingertips, reach for the sky. Big stretch, big breath. And then bring the right hand all the way down. Right arm at your side, left hand all the way down. Left arm at your side, mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, soften down into the fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find that long, beautiful neck, and then exhale, soften and release again. This time we're gonna step the right foot back into our lunge, pivot on the back foot, so the outer edge of the right foot is down, and then when you're ready, sweep the fingertips forward, up and back for warrior one. Breathe in, take a nice, wide open placement of the hands. So not too narrow here, give yourself some room in the shoulders. And then focus on how it feels. So we know the shape of warrior one. This is a great one to practice this. Focus on how is it feeling from the ground up. And keep building that connection, that sensation from the ground up. Inhale in, exhale, open it up to warrior two. Now just take a couple breaths here as well, noticing how our alignment, when we work from the ground up, how that affects the rest of the posture. Right toes are turned in towards the front right corner of your mat. Think about engaging your right inner thigh to help roll that right femur out externally. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, take it all the way up and over, back down into your lunge. Plant the palms, step it back, belly to cobra, chaturanga to upward facing dog. Find a little flow here with your breath. We'll meet in downward dog. Inhale in here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, take a little journey. You can play with how you move from the back to the front edge of the mat. Really want you to feel empowered to move in the way that feels good for your body, your energy. I'll meet you at the top of the mat in a forward fold, feet hip width apart. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to soften and fold. Root to rise here, reach for the sky. Inhale, big breath, big stretch, take up space. Exhale, we're gonna go right back down into the fold. Beautiful, inhale, halfway lift, your version. Exhale, soften and bow. Step the left foot back this time. Nice low lunge, pivot on the back foot. When you're ready, rise up, warrior one. Front knee over front ankle, back toes are turned in. Draw the belly in, give yourself some space in the shoulders. Engage your left inner thigh to wrap that left hip open. Pull the right hip crease back. Breathe. And then open it up, warrior two. Make sure you're breathing here, not holding and waiting. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. How the spine is situated here compared to the lower body. So letting the power of the legs help you find that lift up through the crown. Lovely, and then we'll take it all the way up with the left hand and over, back down into our lunge. Plant the palms, step the right toes back, big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale in, exhale. Find a little flow here. Belly to cobra, chaturanga to upward facing dog. And we'll meet in down dog or child's pose, your choice. Lovely. If you're in down dog, turn the toes in slightly so we have this inner rotation in the hips and the thighs. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, slowly lower to the knees. Everyone, let's meet in tabletop position. Then inhale in, exhale, sweep the legs to one side and slowly come to a seat. Send the legs out in front. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. Think about lifting up and over like a beach ball here in between the belly and the thighs. So there's an active lift here as we reach up and over and then melting into this seated forward fold. How are you breathing? Acknowledge whatever thoughts come to mind here in the fold. And then notice how your breath can do a little curtsy and then guide you back to the next moment. I always say one present moment is just like a window to the next. And then slowly release. Bring your palms to the mat. You're gonna shift your booty forward and then come onto your elbows. And then slowly release down from here. So just, again, how we come to our backs matters. Using the vocabulary we learned here, but also creating your own. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your heart space here. And relax the weight of your body completely into the earth. Inhale in, exhale. How you move matters here. Slowly bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the mat. You can play with really slowing it down. Nice. Now send your right leg up towards the sky. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Take a second here, just bringing the palms to the legs in a way that feels good. And then if you want, you can interlace the fingertips for a figure four stretch, breathing deep. And then we'll release. Pay attention to the release, the transition. Extend both legs out long, arms at your side. And repeat, slow and steady. Maybe you can imagine this time like a marionette string on your right knee, pulling it up. And then maybe on your left ankle, drawing it up and across. And finding your figure four. Many of us have been here before, but how we get in and out of the posture can change how we feel in it. So just again, highlighting that today. Find what feels good here. If you like to take the bind, interlace the fingertips. Start to draw the legs up towards the chest. And then slowly, when you're ready, release one leg at a time. And reach the arms up, extend the right arm down, left arm down. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, allow the weight of your body to release, soften, surrender. Just a moment to be. I love just the love that comes with this practice, this way of practicing, because it really, to me, shows that we're all worthy of taking up space, and our actions matter. The way we move matters. We matter. So whether you're practicing this in the morning, midday, or at night, you can start to pay attention to the how a little bit more and notice how that changes the way you move, the way you exist, if at all. Love you so much. Bring the palms together, thumbs to third eye. Let's take a final breath in together and out to close today's practice. Great work. See you next time. Namaste.